Good afternoon, Belize. I'm Isana Cayetano, and it's time for your midday check-in with News 5. Whether you're at work, on the move, or taking a quick break, we've got the top stories to keep you in the loop. Here's a quick look at what's happening across the country. Police are investigating a double murder near Crooked Tree Village. Adelita Gillett and Felix Martinez are fatally shot inside their vehicle. Businessman Lee Mark Chang takes Cheyenne Barrow head-on and declares his candidacy in Mess Up. Lord Michael Ashcroft expresses his disappointment over the current state of politics in Belize, highlighting the ongoing infighting within the UDP. And Lord Ashcroft also gets candid on the future of cruise tourism in Belize. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
For 32 years, I've been delivering impactful news across print, radio, and television. With extensive training both locally and internationally, I bring you the top stories on News 5 every night, covering special assignments including Taiwan's historic swearing-in of President Tsai Ing-wen in 2016 and the ICJ's role in territorial disputes from The Hague in 2018 has broadened my global perspective. I use all these experiences to bring you the very best in News 5 live at 6. I am News 5.
Welcome back. Police are investigating a suspected double murder near the roundabout at the entrance of Crooked Tree Village. The incident occurred shortly before 6 p.m. on Monday evening. The victims, Felix Martinez and Adelita Gillett, were fatally shot while traveling in their SUV. Initially reported as a murder-suicide, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams has clarified that it is being treated as a double murder. In a social media post earlier today, the Compol stated, quote, "From our investigation, this is clearly a case of double murder and is being treated as such. So far, we have one suspect in custody who is being interviewed by police. This person had some financial issues with the victims, and we are exploring that angle as well as other possibilities. There is also nothing indicating that the victims were involved in any criminal activities. This is a developing story, and we'll have more updates in our evening newscast." Turning to politics, former Senate President and businessman Lee Mark Chang is gearing up to challenge Mesopotamia-era Representative Moses Cheyenne Barrow in the upcoming general election. Chang, a supporter of the Alliance for Democracy under the UDP, previously ran as the party's candidate for Freetown in 2012 but lost. Now, under Tracy Panton's leadership, he is set to take on Barrow even as the UDP faces deep divisions. When we asked Panton about Chang's candidacy a couple of weeks ago, she couldn't confirm it.
And then the report that Mr. Chang is also running in Mesopotamia under your leadership. Can you confirm?
I can't confirm at this time. There's a process outlined in the party's constitution of how we address when standard bearers need to be removed or replaced. That's usually initiated by the executive committee of that constituency. It's not initiated by a party leader. What I will tell you is that we are following as best as we can the constitution of the party. We have always been very respectful of the processes outlined in the constitution, and we will continue to do so.
This afternoon at 2 p.m., a press conference will be held at the Alliance's headquarters in Belize City to officially introduce Lee Mark's candidacy. Lord Michael Ashcroft weighed in on Belize's political scene as a guest on this morning's Open Your Eye talk show. The well-known businessman and political observer shared his insights on the growing division within the United Democratic Party.
This is a very shameful situation that Belize is in. The only good news for donors of political parties in Belize today is nobody has to put up any money, because there is no doubt the PUP will win and they don't need any money, and it's definite that the UDP are going to lose, so they don't need any money either. So the donors can relax during this general election, keep the money in their pocket or book a nice holiday to Miami or wherever they want to go. But having said that, here you have political opposition in complete disarray. You have two sides of an argument who believe they're absolutely right, and both of them who feel the other side is totally wrong. And in any compromise, there has to be people giving ground. And at the moment, neither side in the opposition is prepared to give ground. Now, this, of course, will come to a head.
During the conversation with Lord Ashcroft, the state of the cruise tourism sector was also brought up. As a key player in the tourism business, he shared his views on the Stake Bank project and discussed the shortcomings of the proposed Portico and Port of Belize cruise terminals.
So here we have on things like Stake Bank and others, yes, we want a port, or we want a cruise terminal, and we want that. Good policies. What's the plan? And this is where it always falls down, because there's no plan. And so something like Stake Bank, it all starts off, Stake Bank was a favorite of the government of the time. They got all the concessions, off they went. And then all of a sudden, there's Portico down the south. That looks a little bit more interesting. Well, let's abandon Stake Bank. Stake Bank runs up enormous amount of debt. Atlantic Bank are up to here in loans to Stake Bank. Government moves over here. Stake Bank's in trouble. Then they can see that Atlantic Bank will be in trouble if the Stake Bank defaults. So now the government's got to panic around to try to save Safe Bank because of what they did, because of Portico down here, and they couldn't get the Port of Belize together, and then they made sure that the Port of Belize's environmental clearance was negated, and they fixed it, so NEAC said no, and all of a sudden, they're all in a mess everywhere.
That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit channel5belize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.